Good shit, man. What's the deal, family? Y'all already know what time it is. Chain break boy and this thing. Holla at your boy. Uh, it's another one of them, y'all. Another one of them like touch topic talks. Do you feel me? Well, we just gonna lightly touch on some topics and talk about them. Yeah. Y'all already know what time it is. Got my family this thing. What up, fam? Holla at the people.
What's up, people? How you doing out there? It's your boy E. You know what I'm saying? Back at it again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just out here trying to enlighten some people on some different type of shit. See, give our opinion, our hot takes, if you want to say. You know what I'm saying? You know, just spread some wisdom.
Yeah, that's facts. Spread some wisdom, gain a little insight, and all that other good stuff too, man. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, E man, I wish we would have did this last night because last night was so man, I can't even explain that shit. But it got there genuinely.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what I like about it. Was you know what I'm saying? That's all right. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see where this go. Uh, but goddamn, I don't even know what to start on this motherfucking paper, man. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
y'all, we gonna run through some of these topics real quick and just lightly touch and talk about some. All right,
What we got on the docket?
all right. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about. We ain't gonna talk about that right now because that's too funny. Because I just thought about something. But let's talk about what we talked about yesterday, man. Let's talk about man time. Man. What's being on
Okay,
man time?
okay,
Let's talk
okay,
about that real quick.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, before I mess with this, I'm gonna say shout out to that boy. Shout out to Unique. Shout out to Unique. Anybody know Unique? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Unique. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's talk about man time. Man time is it's like being a man of your word, you know, standing on business, you know, uh, uh not being in denial.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm,
it's a lot that go with that, you know what I'm saying? But
mhm,
man time,
mhm, mhm.
taking your case, not being a rat, snitching, treating your woman right, raising your kids right, stuff like that. Man time, you
Okay.
know. Yeah, that's what need to be brought back out there. That's what need to be brought back. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't. I don't even want to. I don't even want to say niggas ain't because I don't even want to talk like that. But niggas ain't no man time out here, man. For real.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with that. I agree with that. It's been a lot. It's been a lot going on these last couple of years. Like especially, you know what I'm saying. That's like really opened the nigga eyes toward kind of seeing like who a person really is. Like when you push to that limit, like what type of person are you gonna be? Are you gonna be a man? Then you know what I'm saying. Are you gonna be? Are you gonna be? I guess be a child. You know what I'm saying. But I think it comes a point like in everybody's life. I think at some point in your life where it's like you gotta step up. You know what I'm saying? It's like shut up, you know what I'm saying? Put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, for some people, I don't know, they might not have got to that point yet. You know, but I think for everybody comes that time in life, like where you really get tested, and that really like opens your eyes to a lot of shit. You know, but it's crazy though, cause you got motherfuckers that's like up in age, like, but they still got a child mentality. It's a shame to say, but you know, that's what it is. But I don't know, maybe that's just what life, you know, that's how life is, you know, but that's what I believe. I believe one of these days we all get tested.
Yeah. I'm over here trying to get my other phone up, but this one I want to ask you too, like, because this one I want to say this got something to do with growing up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Growing up, how long do it? I mean, do we? I mean, you know what I'm saying. I can't even explain the growing up, but you know what I'm saying. Like on a mental level, when is it time to grow up?
Hmm.
You know,
On a mental level,
just on whatever level, like on just on some. When is it time to grow up?
I think when you start taking on like your own responsibilities, you know, cause like when we growing up, like we don't have nothing to worry about really, you know what I'm saying? Our parents take care of everything, they pay bills, they buy us clothes and all of that shit. We don't really have no worries. So it's really no, you know, it's really no rush to grow up, even though ironically we wish that we was older and wish that we was more, you know, older than what we really was. But, you know, to be realistic about it, I mean, we really didn't have no issues to worry about. But I think once you get to that point where you have your own shit and your own responsibility to worry about, and you ain't got
Yeah.
that person, you know, you ain't got your parents to depend on and shit like that. I think that's one reason that you know you might want to start thinking about kind of maturing a little bit.
Shout out to DJ. DJ say one of these days we get tested every day. That's facts.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
facts.
that's true. That's true.
That's facts. But it's every. That's why we was talking about earlier how everybody is kind of everybody's situation is different because it's a tough question to answer. When is it time to grow? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
When is it time to grow up? Some people feel
yeah.
like immediately, being the 18.
Mhm.
Some people ain't got no choice at a
Yeah,
young age.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
younger than that. But you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. It's kind of like all about like the cards that you dealt, you know, because some people when you young, you like you 13, 14 years old, you might be living in a single parent household and shit, and you got siblings that's younger than you and shit like that. So that type of situations and environment, you know, kind of forces you to kind of grow up a little bit sooner than maybe you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But you might not look at it like that at the time.
No,
But once you,
no, I ain't. I'm thinking about some. Go ahead, though. I'm just thinking about something.
yeah, but once you might not look at it like that at that time. But once you get older, you kind of realize like, damn, I was kind of forced to be, you know, I was kind of forced to mature at an early age. You know what I'm saying? But some,
Hey, for some people, it'd be a good thing, though.
yeah, yeah,
It'd be a
yeah,
good thing for people.
yeah.
But you know what I'm over here laughing at
What?
I'm laughing at myself because I found myself, you know, so-called being mad at somebody and thinking that about them. You know, this
Yeah.
motherfucker, this nigga needs to grow up, man. Yeah. I'm sitting there laughing at myself because now that we sitting here talking about it, I'm realizing that, you know, that's something that somebody got to do on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
ain't really no time for it. You
Yeah.
know, because it's just gonna have to be there, man. But I'm just sitting here laughing at myself, thinking about
Yeah.
that. But it's like fam said though, one of these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The
what was that other
day.
question? We get tested every day. You did say something about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you have uh uh you have the moments every day. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, it's weird how that happened, huh? That you get a test like that every day. It be so small
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
it always is that you go through it so often that it don't seem like nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But sometimes it'll be a little bit bigger than a later a time before or something like this. So some things stand out, and then but when you that's like what I like to say self evaluating, man.
Mhm.
And I always talk about it. I do a lot of that
Mhm.
thinking and stuff. I ain't really no deep thinking to the point to where I think so much that I mess over a decision that I should have made either way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I'm just a deep thinker to where I think. A lot of people say this, so I don't want to sound all cliche, but I think about all parts. And you know how? Remember last night when I was talking about the chess game
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
played? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like that. And the chess game, I'm gonna just say it again because we on here now, so I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
the
So
chess game that I
people.
play. You know what I'm saying is the chess game. Everybody playing this chess game. It's just not like this. Just the way I look at it. The chess game is basically the goddamn round table that you sitting at, and it's a hole in the middle of the table, and you sitting in that hole, and around that table is a bunch of chessboards, and you just spinning around, making different moves all day.
Mhm.
Every time you win one of the games or complete one of the games, that's another goal knocked down
Right.
or lost. But some games, how long do a chess game last? Remember what I was saying?
Uh huh.
Some of them games I've been playing for years.
Uh huh.
Some of them games been played for years. For real, it's a chess game. Uh,
Yeah. 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 I
I'm
think.
trying
I
to
think. I
focus
think
that this
life.
chess
I
game.
think. I think life is kind of like a chess game, you know. But I think there may be like it's other things. I guess it is like a chess game because your opponent is kind of like life. You really don't know which way it's gonna go. You don't know which way it's gonna move and shit.
Yeah,
But the only thing that you can do is try to prepare for whatever comes next. But you might not know what comes next, but all you can do is just try to prepare for what comes next, for whatever the next move or whatever life gonna throw at you next. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I guess and that's like a everyday thing. Cause every day you wake up, you just don't know. You really just don't know what's gonna fucking happen. You know,
yeah. It's a
a
mixture
lot.
of everything. It's a mixture of everything.
Mhm.
Because we try to focus on the things that we can control, and I think that be the problem
Mhm. Mhm.
because you know, I, cause I'm sitting like I say, I'm sitting here laughing at myself about saying somebody need to grow up, and I done did this plenty of times in my life. That's why I'm sitting here thinking about it. So it's not like but anyways, it's just weird that this is coming like that. Let me see what fam said. You need to grow up. No, let me say it. You need to grow up. That's the statement in a moment in time. Stepping up to the plate is a better way of asking because you only need to grow up in certain situations, aka step up to the plate. So, okay, stepping up to the plate is a better way of asking because you only need to grow up or step up to the plate in certain situations. So you saying asking somebody to step on. I got you. Instead of making a statement, because making a statement is basically an opinion. You know, you can make a suggestion. And
Hmm.
look, fam, always doing some shit. Go on here with you, boy. Fam, always giving it. Appreciate that. That's real shit. You know. Now, see, look, I'm sitting here laughing at myself about making a statement. Yeah. And you know, I've also been one of the people who need to grow up. So I know, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not grown. How about that? I'm not grown. How about that? What
Yeah,
else?
I guess that's one of those things that's like, kind of subjective,
It's
uh,
situational.
yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, that's a good way to bear it. That's a good way to look at it though.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
Because what is you doing by making a statement besides giving your opinion? Okay, I'm expecting somebody to take heed to it. Goddamn it, then fuck it. Take heed to it, nigga. If I ask you now, I gotta get a yes or no about you. I'd rather just throw it out there and see what you gonna do. Oh shit, that's funny. I I'm joking around, but I'm serious on both of them sides. I do either one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I throw it
yeah.
out there to see what y'all do because I like to test people. I don't like to test people, so I throw it out there. Uh, you know, it just depends on the situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I think this is something I talked to my lady about before too. Something that upset people the most is having expectation. You know, because when you expect things that they don't go your way, you know what I'm saying, you upset, and that shit is that's an everyday
Yeah,
thing. That's an
yeah,
everyday thing too.
yeah,
In real time,
yeah.
that's an everyday thing.
All a nigga can really expect is to fucking die. That's the only thing nigga really know that's gonna happen eventually one of these days. But expectations, boy, the expectations is a motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, and that's boy, that's crazy. Yeah, you ain't lying. But everybody got them because we all
Oh
make
yeah,
plans.
oh yeah.
We all make plans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And why not? You know, why not be optimistic? Have a nice. That's what I was talking about yesterday. Same thing. Having a nice, a good imagination and being optimistic.
Hmm.
Why not be that way about yourself or what you trying to do or plans you might have?
Right,
'Cause now
right,
you will never
right.
look at yourself in a certain light. You know, you never look at yourself in a certain light if you don't at least use your imagination.
Hmm.
Even if you say I might not never be able to do that before, do that. At least see yourself there Shit. In them shoes. Hold on, let me get some water, man. I'm thirsty.
Yeah, yeah. Expectations, though, expectations can show, it can really like really let you down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Make you like kind of question shit, kind of depressed and shit about certain type of shit when you got expectations. But when you go into a situation, when you go into a certain situation without no expectations, then you really can't be let down. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't really go into it with no expectations. I'm trying to think of it like an example, but I'm trying to think of it on the fly, without having to pause and think about it and shit. But I would think like you go to a job interview, you know what I'm saying? If you go there with the expectation that either you're gonna get the job, that you go there with the expectation that you're gonna get the job. You go there, you do what you're gonna do, you do what you do, and then come to find out you don't get the job. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to that job with an expectation like I don't really, not that I don't care, but well, it can go
No
either way.
expectations.
Yeah,
No
I can get it.
expectations
Yeah,
with the optimism to get the mud.
yeah. And then if
So
whether whichever way it go, you like
you
you ain't
got
really
you going out for the job, so you're at least optimistic that you can get it. You
that's
just don't
yeah,
know what to expect.
yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause especially and then
But it don't
dealing with
matter. It don't matter what it is. You gonna always feel like you're gonna get the job.
yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah.
expect that you're gonna get it. So if you don't get it, you're gonna be
You
upset.
gonna be all in your feelings and shit, second guessing yourself and all of that shit, wondering, what I'm saying, what you did wrong and all of that shit when you don't know that person, they probably just wasn't fucking hired. You know what I'm saying? But you done ran all this shit through your brain and shit, you know what I'm saying? And probably got yourself discouraged about going to the next job, you know what I'm saying? All because of your expectations was high. And that,
Everybody
especially dealing with,
having high expectations and high standards,
yeah,
and it's not
yes.
necessarily. That's another. I don't. It's not necessarily high standards. It's different than somebody else's because you don't have these, obviously. So they
hmm
seem like high standards. Well, I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna say it like that. It is different though. I am gonna say
hmm
that part, but it's not really high standards. It's just different than somebody else because high standards is, if you hold high standards for yourself, then that's something personal to you, you know. But if it's with a business or a company, then
I mean,
that's a
yeah,
general.
I mean that's
That's a
kind of
general thing. So it just depends.
yeah, because if you're looking at when you're looking at it with people, it's kind of the same thing. You have a certain standard. You know what I'm saying of the people that you deal with in your life. How you, but at the same time, you telling yourself that this is how you expect this person to act. You know what I'm saying? So you have expectations as it's kind of the same thing as having your standards. You know what I'm saying? Because I expect you to be a certain way when you know what I'm saying, when I'm in your presence, you know what I'm saying? Because I have certain standards that I hold my friends and, my family or whoever, my associates, I have certain standards that I hold them to. So therefore I expect them. So I guess it's a cause and effect or a correlation, but or it might just be the same thing for
You can
standards
only
and
expect.
expectations, you know.
Yeah, basically.
Because my
But
standards,
shit,
my
once you seen it, you
standards,
know it.
huh?
No, I'm reading the chat.
Oh,
It say you can only expect what you've seen. Everything else is having an idea. No, I was just saying, once you seen it, shit, you know it.
mm,
For the next time, yeah. Because you know what to expect now. Because this what he do. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you know what to expect though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Everything else is like you just like I don't know. This nigga might do this. He might do that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
You right. Okay. So he be dropping them little gems. Yeah. He be dropping them little gems. I told you last night. I stole this little what people do the things they care about.
Yeah.
That's the only thing people do. That's what I really believe that. I really know that. I mean, that's all I see. I don't care how minuscule it is. You wouldn't be doing it. You know. That's how I look at that on that note. But yeah, man. What else, man? Where we at? You know. One more thing. We're gonna talk about E. What we gonna talk about, E?
What we gonna talk about? That Drake album?
These topics. I don't want to talk about these topics no more, man. Just because we talked about it before we went live, it's like, oh, we finna do it again. But I'm gonna tell you this. As soon as I find the one that was that one earlier, I'm gonna let you know. Go ahead. What you finna say though?
No, I was just joking. I was like, we're gonna talk about that Drake album.
The Drake. Oh man, that Drake. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody saying it ain't about nothing. I haven't heard. I mean, I probably
everybody and their mama got something to say about that album, but I listened to a couple of songs.
I heard some jams though. I think I heard some stuff that was jamming. It's just, you know, the super R&B stuff I don't really rock with, but
yeah.
It's like on some rap stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mess with those because he got bars, so I can't take that away from Drizzy. He got bars. He definitely, for the past 15 years, been the goddamn running the rap game, sales wise.
Yeah. You can't argue. You can't argue with that. I ain't listened to the whole album to give an honest review on it though.
Me either.
But I tell you one thing, we were just talking about expectation. The few songs I ain't heard, they didn't live up to expectations.
Yeah, you don't do Drizzy like that on live TV.
Like I say, I ain't listened to the whole album to be able to give a full honest review.
Gonna drop a back to back on you, E. You play it with the game. He gonna drop back to back on you. You out here playing. Yeah, man. There's a lot to talk about in this book, though, fam. I can't find that one we was talking about earlier. That was that good one. That's messed up.
Yeah, I know it was like something. It was like three of them like back to back.
I'm just run through these again and then just let me know if I get to it. But I know it ain't this one. That one. Where the water go on the flat earth. I know it ain't that. I think we solved that shit already. But where the water go, knowing something is, we already talked about knowing it is what it is. The difference between believing and knowing. Anything you say or do can cause somebody to have an opinion. We were just talking about. Let me go back to that one. When he said, they said, ain't nothing you said but an opinion. Yeah, this right here. That's anything. That's what this one right here got to pertain to. Anything you say, you cause somebody to have an opinion. Or anything you do, because the nigga did something. I said you need to grow up. You made me give him a opinion that I didn't even want to give to him, but I did. You need to grow up. That was a good one for that right there. Cause it was someone like let me see. I'm just running through these trying to see resources can prevent possible solution. Everything is not in your control.
Oh yeah. That was, I think, yeah, that was one. That was one. That was
everything
one.
not in your control.
Yeah.
What?
I remember a while back we was talking, and I was saying something about like when you leave outside your door. You remember?
No, I'm laughing at fam. Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead. You said what? What said
It was
he?
something about like when you walk out your door in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you in control of what happens? You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I forget how the conversation went. But yeah, we had this conversation. We had this
Did
conversation
it have
like
something? You
somewhere.
say it had something to do with free will?
Yeah, I think it was something about free will. Yeah. It was about free will. Cause
Somebody was saying free
somebody
will
was
is
like,
an
if I had the
illusion.
choice, you know what I'm saying? It was my choice to go this way versus going that way. You know what I'm saying? And like they made that decision on their own. They was in control of that decision and everything that happened. You know what I'm
Yeah. So
saying?
I think I remember some of it. Some of it was like, I'm gonna just say what was said. I don't want to say who said what. Whoever agreed with what can say who said what. I feel whatever side. What was said? Well, I think I can remember when we was talking about you can't control everything. Was basically a free will conversation, and it started off as somebody saying ain't no such thing as free will, meaning
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
everything you do is in control by uh the divine force, the most high, God,
Uh-huh.
whatever we want to call it, the creator.
Uh-huh.
Everything is just being controlled by that. So you're not even doing nothing that you do on your own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything that you do, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not, no
Mm-hmm.
matter how big or small it is, everything
Yeah.
you do,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
decision you make.
Yeah.
So the rebuttal to that was, well, how is that if you have to have a choice to do what's right or wrong or good or turn left and right or look up and down or whatever, even had this conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this type of stuff. It was going back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to me, it seemed like it was just a stalemate because both sides made some good points because
Yeah.
you
Cause
know,
I can see both. I can kind of see both
right?
sides.
Because it's like you don't nobody know if don't nobody know um if you actually being controlled or not, and you don't know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but we know we not no robots,
Mm-hmm.
and I know if I want to throw my arm up, I'm gonna throw my arm up.
Mm-hmm.
But is that happening because that's supposed to happen? You know what I'm saying? Or is
Yeah,
it
you
you
know,
decide,
you really don't. You
decided to
really,
do that? You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
fam, let me respond to this real quick. I appreciate you stealing my philosophy. I only ask that you use it for the good in you and the good that you see in other people. But seriously though, that's facts, fam. I do. And I do that to encourage people to do the right thing. Do things to I use that to help people be better. To see that they different than other people and don't care about the same things that other people care about. Not to say that they better than them, but to say, you can improve within yourself because you see that you're not the same as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If that make any sense, it's a help somebody with their own sense of, uh, you know, their own sense of self within their own mentality. That's why you do the things that you care about. So you think about the things that you care about, and when you think about that, and then start seeing the things that you do, you're gonna start saying, "Why do I do that? Why I do this? Why I do that? Why I do this? Why I do that?" And the people that you care about, because you care about them, this is gonna go down and pass on, I guess. So yeah, fam, I do use that uh, to for good. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. Yeah. And I
So does
appreciate you
that
for putting it
so
out there for me to grab.
so does that have something to do with what we were just talking about, like with the free will type thing? Because if I'm getting this right, what the quote is that you only do things that you care about.
Right.
So
Yes.
is that contradictory to the fact that you have that about maybe not having free will?
Let me ask you this, E, and this is something you asked me last night, and it might not be the same. You'll understand what I said, but what controls your actions or moves you, your heart or your mind, and which
What
one of them
control?
controls which one?
I think your thoughts control your feelings, and your feelings control your actions.
Your thoughts control. Okay, so can your thoughts override your feelings?
No, because when you have a thought, you there's an emotion behind it that causes an effect, that causes an action to be done. You don't think about something and just, you know what I'm saying, just you don't think about something and just fucking do it. We think about a million things, but you know what I'm saying, like those things that we think about that provoke a certain feeling, then ultimately causes a certain reaction to those feelings. But
Mm.
I don't think you could go from thoughts to straight action without having the feeling in
So
between it.
which one? Okay, so which one comes first, the feeling or the thought?
I believe the
Just to
thought comes.
clarify. Just to clarify.
I think the thought comes first, then the feeling, and then you react based off how you feel about that thought.
But okay, because I just want to ask: could it be like you get the thought first, then it goes to your feelings? Let's just say it goes from your brain to your heart,
Uh-huh.
right? Then
Uh-huh.
back to your brain. When it get back to the brain, is where you have to think one more time whether you're gonna do it or not, right? Or do you just do whatever your heart said?
I think that goes from I don't right
Which
off the
one
top
is
of the
making
head
the final decision? Which
I'm
one is
thinking
making the
about like
final decision?
I'm thinking about the fight or flight thing. You know what I'm saying? You see something, you think, okay, you think what's going on. You thinking about what's going on. So then you have that feeling of whether you wanna stay where you are, or you wanna run. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you talking about survival instinct, fight or
Yeah,
flight.
yeah. And
Okay.
that's just I'm just trying to break it down to like the most basic natural type of process that we go through without all the other shit, having to read a book or having to learn this in school and all of that shit. That's just nature. That's natural. You know, when you faced with a imminent threat, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that you got to go through that many, through that many emotions? You're gonna go from thought to feeling, back to thought, and then to an action?
It happens
Or
so fast, man. You ever had a fight? Yes or no? Just follow me. You ever had a fight?
nah,
No? Oh damn.
no, not a serious one. You know, I didn't fight family
Man,
and
I
shit.
can't.
You know,
Well, look, anybody out there that had a fight before know that shit is in slow motion. Anybody that had a fight out there know it's in slow motion.
uh-huh.
Real talk. If it's not in slow motion for you, that means you're not quick enough
Uh-huh.
mentally. But every fight I didn't have was in slow motion.
Uh-huh.
Real talk. So you can slow it down. I mean, I'm just saying mentally. That's why I said mentally. You can slow it down some way without controlling it, because once your instincts kick in, you really don't have no control over it. It's happening simultaneously.
Uh-huh.
You already having infinity thoughts at the same time. You know, man, just like I said, you having, while we talking right now, you thinking, and you thinking about what I'm saying, and you listening to what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
And if you add this on to it, now you thinking about listening to, you like 4 or 5 levels in with just this conversation right now that's happening, and not really paying attention to it. You know, it just I just thought about Inception when I was thinking about that, how they got the layers into the dream like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that is what I just thought about. But yeah,
I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that where it's
I'm
happening.
just speaking on how the mind works.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
mind is
How it would
moving
happen? How it would happen
millions
so
of miles,
fast?
trillions of miles per hour. It's
Yeah,
moving at the
yeah,
speed of
yeah.
light. Every thought
Yeah.
is moving at the
I
speed of
get
light.
that.
Your
I
head is
get
so
that.
small that the speed of light is so
But
instant that it's damn near
but
not even happening.
at the same time, I understand what you're saying. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't think you can go from. I don't think you can. I don't think you can start at a feeling and go to. I don't think feeling is going to be the start of it. I don't
No,
think you
it's
can go
not,
from
because
feeling
if
to
you
thought to
know,
action or feeling to action to thought. I don't think you
yeah,
can go there. I think it always starts with the thought.
yeah, because you have to know. I feel like, because remember I
Yeah,
was saying,
yeah, yeah.
somebody got shot in the leg and didn't even know it until somebody said, "Hey man, you got shot in the leg." As soon as you see it, then
Uh-huh,
the blood starts squirting out his leg.
uh-huh,
Oh,
uh-huh, uh-huh,
So he didn't even know it. He didn't feel it. But
uh-huh.
no boy said something. He
And
knew it, then he started feeling it.
even if
Huh?
you do, even if
Yeah.
you do feel it, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna automatically go to that thought. You know what I'm saying? The thought is gonna be like, okay, I just got shot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then you're
And
gonna
the
go
thought is
to,
gonna turn on your
yeah, yeah,
response.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Whether you gonna panic, you gonna stay
yeah,
calm,
yeah, yeah,
whatever you gonna do.
yeah, yeah.
Damn, it's raining.
Yeah, I thought I heard some rain. I got my dog out. I got my dog outside and shit.
Oh man. Cisco. Let Cisco outside. Shout out to my boy Simon the Great, man. Watch you kidding him out there doing anything on that album. I see y'all. Yeah, man. That fight or flight response kick in. You don't have no control over that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you able to think you fast with your mental to think that fast. That's the only
Mm-hmm.
thing I could think of.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. Every fight I didn't have was in slow motion, man.
Mm-hmm.
And not when we squaring up, only when the swinging start. So if we
Mm-hmm.
step out and start swinging, or I swing a cup, or he swing, it's all happening in slow motion. But if you step back and start going in a circle, it's regular speed. As soon as somebody swings, you slowing down again. Just
Yeah.
like that. Just like
Yeah. 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 But yeah, to the point about being in control, like, are we in control of, you know what I'm saying, in control of our life? I think it's like a, I think it's like a, I think it's like a give and, it's almost like a give and take thing, you know, like, or like we react based on, we react based on what life throws at us. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever happens, then we react to that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how I think that's how life is going. But I don't think that for as like being in control, I don't think we like fully in control of our life. I think it's like I said, I think it's like a give and take thing. You know.
so. You don't think it can't be give or take. It's either free will or not. I don't want to hear that. It can't be
Yeah,
either. It
I
can't be
don't
either.
think. Yeah, for it's like free will. I mean,
That's the same thing as being in control. Cause you ain't
yeah, I
controlling the
don't.
shit you doing, you ain't got no free will.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think that. I don't. I don't believe that there is free will. I think that there's. It's like I believe in like a cause and effect. I think it's. I believe in a cause and effect type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you can want to do something,
Cause and
but
effect, that's free will. That's free will.
yeah, but is it really free will if your response is based on somebody, you know, or not somebody, but something else, you know what I'm saying? Something else happening. That's how you know, that's your response to that is how your life
But
is that really
are you
like free
making it?
will?
Is your response based off a decision? Are you making these decisions? Or I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know, E. Cause
I'm making these
you
decisions,
losing
but
me.
I'm
You
making
losing me.
like like
You
like
losing me.
okay, like say say you wanted to go, say you wanted I don't know, let me think. Uh say you wanted to go take a nice hot shower, right? But when you went to go take the shower, you know what I'm saying? Somebody already been in there. You know what I'm saying? So the water was cold. You know what I'm saying? So based on that, you have to change what your free will or what you wanted to happen. You have
Nah,
to
that ain't
change
got nothing
that.
to do with free will right there.
I,
That's way different. That's no, E. That
I
ain't
mean,
you.
I mean,
You,
free will is like
you.
whatever I want to happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
what we
should be
talking
able
about
to
being
have
in
it to
control.
happen.
That's what we talking about being in control. Even in that situation, you in control because it's your choice to sit there and use that cold ass water. Wait till it get hot. I mean, whatever you decide to do, it's your choice in that moment, right? You just got to deal with whatever the consequences of somebody else's actions, whatever you know what I'm saying. But
That's what, man. Look, hey,
let me know.
Hey,
You saying stuff not supposed to happen unless you do it? 'Cause that's what that sound like.
when you saying free will, it's like, So
You
when you
see,
say
it's like you
okay,
talking about free will, like the free will to do what you want to do. You talking about on
you
some
talking about the
bullshit
free
type shit.
will to be able to choose to do what you want to do.
You talking about on some, like you said, you going to, you got to explain the point of that for me. The water situation. I need the point of that. What was the
All
point
I
of
was
that?
the reason why I was using that example was because I was saying
Cause and
like
effect.
a lot of the choices that we decide to choose on in life
Hmm.
comes it's based on what's what's going on already. You know what I'm saying? Like we just we only reacting to what's already going on.
Okay. That's been happening since the beginning of time, E. The first people that was on Earth was reacting to what was going on the Earth at the time.
Hmm.
So I'm not understanding. Even if you sitting there doing nothing, you still reacting to doing nothing. You reacting to doing nothing, nah. Nah, for real though, E. They be reacting to what's going on in the world since the world even jumped off.
Yeah. Because there's
Cause
nothing
that's
new
how they
on
learn. How do you think they learn how to survive, E?
it. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. I agree with you. I
So
agree
once
with
it
you.
got to that point, it was all about surviving and then people trying to make things better. So that's what it was over time. Then it became, and what it is, and it just became, everybody want to be in charge.
So that's what I'm
That's
saying.
where politics came in.
So your definition of free will
When I'm
is
talking
being
about free will,
able
is to be able to make the choices to do whatever you want to do right now. Like I said, if I raise
to
my
make
arm
the
up,
choice. Okay,
I do
okay.
anything. You know what I'm saying? If I raise my arm up, my arm is going up.
Uh-huh.
You know, free will. Being in control of the decisions I make. That's what free will is.
Mm-hmm.
Being in control of my decisions, my
Mm-hmm.
actions, basically.
Hmm.
Alright.
Okay. Okay.
Being a victim of
Okay.
circumstance.
So I take it a little deeper. I take it a little
Mm-hmm.
deeper. Not to negate or anything, just to get a deeper understanding.
Alright.
Uh, so if we take into the fact that we was talking about the the process of thoughts, feelings, and actions. Okay, if we take, I think I asked you this the other day, like, but we wasn't on live or nothing like that. So I'm gonna ask you again. So where do you think those thoughts come from?
What do thoughts? Thoughts, once again, I have to reiterate this, and that's just how I feel. That's not free will. Okay, I don't know which one of us he's talking to. He said that's not free will. They said, hold on. We said that song. Anybody seen Divergent? Yeah, I seen Divergent. Yeah, I read the book. Yeah. Let me see what he said. Uh, Anybody seen Divergent? In one of those Divergent sequels, they injected some soldiers. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. They took their free will by sticking that stuff in them. They said they couldn't stop themselves from committing their acts. That's facts. Right. That's facts. They took them people free will. They can't control themselves because them people put that stuff in them. There ain't nothing they can do.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
I believe that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I read the book. That's exactly what happened. That was insurgent or some shit. I read the book on there and then seen the movie. You know what I'm saying? That's what jail did. I don't even talk about that. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know, E man. I think I think we do make the decisions that we, you know what I'm saying, we in control of the decisions that we make and the actions that we choose. And I feel like if that's free will, if you're not in control of the decisions or the actions that you choose, then you don't have free will unless you have control of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now the free will to just roam around this bitch and go stay on some land because it's out there and don't nobody live there. That's not free will. Nah, that's not free will. We all know that's not how the game goes.
So that would also cancel out the idea of predestination.
Predestination.
Yeah.
What will? Free will?
Yeah. Because if everything is predestined, you know what I'm saying? All of this is supposedly supposed to be already written in the books, and God knows every move that you're gonna make and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that would kind of like cancel out the whole free will thing.
Tell me when somebody controls you like that. Yeah, that's facts. He talking to you. He on your ass.
What?
That nigga say, when somebody controls you like that, nigga? He talking about that. He talking about that movie, that version.
Oh, oh.
The point is, you got free will. That's the point that you make. Real talk.
Hey.
But yeah, man. What you saying?
No, I was saying the whole part about, being predestined,
Oh yeah. That's
that was like,
that's I don't know what to say about that. Predestined. I don't I don't really have that in my mind. I thought so. I don't have that
mm-hmm.
because when I think about the future, I think about what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to create, what I plan on creating. That's what I think about. I don't think about, oh yeah, this was predestined though. I don't think that. I ain't never had an idea in my life or thought some shit ever was predestined. You know? For real. Because I'm big on, like I said, I'm big on reciprocation too. Like you said, cause and effect. I'm big on reciprocation too. Yeah. What goes around comes around. You get what you get type shit. And I know goddamn well. I don't know nothing about no predestined, but I don't rock with that. Because I think about what I'm trying to do. The plan. Remember we was talking about plans? I'm talking about plans, man. Because then, if you have that mindset, right? Then, if you have a mindset of I don't have free will and woo woo woo, right? Because to me now, I see that you might not have the right understanding of free will. It ain't that you don't, because you were saying that, but then you started talking about cause and effect, I guess. But by you talking about cause and effect, you also said you when you explain it, you do believe in free will. You just ain't explaining it right. But you do. Oh, that's good. But the point is, you do. If you don't think you're in control of your life, then that's the careless living. You know, I'm gonna do whatever. And same thing for them reincarnation people. Believe in reincarnation. You believe in reincarnation, you don't care about life. You think you're gonna come back. You know, I don't care. I ain't got time to believe in no reincarnation. Real time. I'm gonna do what I gotta do right now. Like we was talking about last night, set it up. We starting at the bottom right now, so what we gotta do is set it up for the next one, so they can get it going. If we don't get it going, then we gotta set it up for them. They get it going, and once it get going, they get it going and get it going right. Or the ones after them get it going right. That's it. Generational wealth. It's going down. That's what we need to talk about right there. Yes, sir. That's what we need to talk about, as generational wealth. Generational wealth. That's what we need to talk about. Because I don't know what I was just talking about, but it just brought me around to generational wealth, though. That's what I'm saying. I was just saying about us starting at the bottom. We got to start it off and get it going for the next generation, so they can get it going right and pass it down, and then it be going. And that's how you get generational wealth type shit.
Yeah.
You know, because remember last night I was saying whoop-de-whoop. That'll be 70 years. Well, I said, how much I said? 300,000 or something. It's like 70 years. But when I thought about it, that's only one generation, really. Unless you know what I'm saying, depending on how the kids coming. That's one generation. And you, as number one, you got to plan for your grandkids, right? Or your great, depending on whichever ones you live to be here to see, get closest to. You really got to plan for them. Your kids is out of there. Unless you have kids at a later age. You know what I'm saying? Your kids is out of there. But your grandkids, you know, see. That's messed up to say, but hey, that's how I see it. The parents, the rich parents try to put their spoiled ass kids on, and they spoiled ass kids don't know shit about having to work hard and do nothing, do shit. But they kids do shit, they dumb ass. You know, they made them do it because they ain't shit.
And fuck around, you leave.
You know,
you leave all your shit. And then you leave all your shit to your grandkids, or you leave your shit to your kids, and then they just throw all your shit away. All the shit that you work for, they just throw that shit away.
Sell it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
That's why I don't know, man. I mean,
they put them in a nursing home. They put them in a retirement home. That's what they do to them. Put them in one of them.
I guess it's all good and shit. You know what I'm saying? To do that type of shit, but at the same time, man, if I can do it, if I'm able to do it, then I'll do it. But if I'm not able to do it, I'm not gonna stress myself out and be so fucking depressed about, hey, I wasn't able to, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, you can work your ass off all your, you know what I'm saying, for 40, 50 years trying to do this for your...
Hey, even if you pass knowledge down, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's
the whole thing is, you at the bottom, so you got to at least put a toe in the dough. Something. That's all. Just something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's just like I heard I was reading on online. I heard somebody post something about Jay-Z, and it was talking about he turned down one of his family members, but they had asked him for some money and shit. But he turned them down and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was some. It wasn't that. It wasn't even that much money. It was like $40,000, some shit like that. But he turned them
Yeah.
down because he was like, you know what I'm saying? Life don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just ask somebody for some money and they just gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have collateral. You gotta have a plan. How you gonna pay the money back if you know what I'm saying? If they want you to pay it back, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But life don't work like that. So at the same time, it's like when you're thinking about generational wealth, it's like, look, sometimes the motherfucker just gotta learn that this is how life works, and you gotta get out there, you gotta grind, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying, get it. You know what I'm saying? While you here, you can't just be fucking waiting and hoping that expecting somebody to give everything to just be given to you and shit. 'Cause life don't
Right.
work like that all the time.
But you can have both. You can have both. But you gotta be in the start. You gotta create it. I don't know. No, you gotta
Yeah,
create that. You
yeah,
have to create that. You the start. You the beginning. You have to create that.
yeah, yeah.
You have to create that, man. You have to get the right path started. Start the right path.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Leave some footsteps to be followed,
Mm-hmm.
and leave the mantle in who one that's can create the next path.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
'Cause at the end of the day, you know what I mean. It gotta be something to goddamn me that shit. It's something to that.
Yeah,
I'm starting
yeah.
to feel like nigga, you get something out of that.
Well, maybe I don't
You
know,
get something
man.
out of that.
Yeah, maybe so. I guess it would be better if you was able to live and be able to see, be able to see that generational wealth and see how it affects people in your family and shit. And then at the same time, you still here to like guide them, you know what I'm saying, and kind of show them the ropes and how shit's supposed to go and how to spend money, how to make money and shit like that. But like when you gone, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I believe you don't really know. You don't really know about all that shit. So like, what the fuck does it even matter? Any goddamn what? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck going on over here. You know. So I guess that will
Yeah, I
come
think
into
it's just
like,
about leaving a good life behind for your family. So shit, taking care of your family, not just the ones that's what I'm saying, directly under you, but your descendants as well. Type shit. It gotta be something to it, or niggas just getting rich and just getting super rich and ain't got no choice but to leave behind.
basically, basically, basically.
I don't think what percentage of people is that have that mentality that's doing that. Would you say?
Mm. I don't know. I don't know where
Out
that
of
shit.
that, out of the 10%, like we discussed, how many out of that 10%?
That feel which way?
That feels like you do. So what it was, 380,000. How many out of
Uh-huh.
380,000? What percentage of that, or how many of those people
That's doing the generational wealth thing.
that ain't even thinking about that?
Oh shit. That's not thinking about that. Shit.
Or we can use the 80,000 because the 80,000 is black. 80 million. So out of the
Yeah.
80 million, how many ain't on that? And probably what percentage of them is millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires, we would say?
Shit.
0.02%.
I think at least about 70% of people that got money like that not thinking that way. Especially like no, not especially, but only, for as the black population. I think like at least 70% not thinking like generational wealth. I don't think so.
So only 30% of the black population is thinking
Yeah,
generational.
yeah. That's you know.
Mm.
I had to actually go and check it out.
That's a
But
nice number. I feel like it's getting higher than that though. I feel like it's 30% ain't bad. 30% ain't bad. It's not a bad number. Out of
yeah,
80,000, what's 30%?
out of
10% is 8. What's
80,000,
8 times 3?
30%,
What's 8 times 3?
200 240,000.
240,000. Okay. That ain't a bad number.
Oh, you
That's not
said
low.
million, so probably
That's
yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
270,000. I just thought about that. 240,000 out of 80 million. Hell nah, that don't sound right.
Unless it's 24 million.
Oh, it's 24 million.
Yeah,
That's about 30%.
yeah, yeah.
24 million. Okay. So 24 million people is thinking generational out of 80.
And how many
I
out
feel
of
like
that
that number is
24?
low.
And out of that
That's a low
24
number.
million, how many of that 24 million have enough money to actually produce generational wealth?
I'll say out of that 24 million, I'll
Yeah,
say
'cause
it's at
just
least
because you're thinking about it, don't mean you're able to do it.
probably 7. I'll say 7 million out of
hmm
24.
hmm
25%.
hmm Yeah, yeah,
If that's
yeah.
25%, I'll say 7. 7 million out of that. So 7 million out of 80 million is what? 0.9, about less than 1%.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit. So that's right. The 1%.
Yeah,
We're talking about the
yeah,
1%. So the
yeah.
1% is the people. How many out of that 1% now? Because now we talking about a different league now. Out of the 1%, how many of them trying to you think that's really trying to do something
I did
for their
that.
people on a national level, for black people on a national level? Out of that 1%, we finna break this shit all the way down to one person watch. So what? That's what 70. No, how much that was? 7 million. So out of 7
7
million.
million. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a million people that. I don't think it's a million people out
I
there.
give it at least 1 point something. I have to give it at least that because it's 50 states in the United States, and there's millionaires everywhere. They ain't just we talking about 7 million it probably be way more than 7 million though. We just talking baby numbers, but when we talking 7 million, they ain't just in one spot, and that's just the 1%. I'm sure it's more than that.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And in the
I think it's a
United
small. I
States,
think it's a small. I think it's a small number of those, and a higher
yeah,
number of the people that's a part of the 30. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying, and a little piece of the 70.
Mhm, mhm,
You know what I'm
mhm.
saying. So I would have to say it's about 20%. Now I say it's about 8%. It's I give it between 8 and about 13%. I get about between 8 and 13% out of that. Uh, how much I took away from that?
Okay, okay. So I think so.
124.
What about this? How many African American
10 million
billionaires do we have? Because
billionaires. That's black.
billionaires, because millionaires. Let's think about millionaires. Okay, you talking about
Billionaire
generational.
black.
You talking about generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? So if it's generational wealth, you gotta have. It's gotta be some money. We're not talking about no $1, 2, 3 million. You
No,
know
we
what I'm
talking about
saying?
at least
We talk at
uh
least 100,
two
right?
hundred million, two
Yeah,
hundred million.
yeah, yeah. So if you got 200
You
million,
said
that's
three
one.
last night though, but we gonna say two just to
Okay.
give it a little cushion.
So in order to have generational wealth, and that's a low number. 200 million, that's a low number. I don't know how many generations you plan on.
But
You
that's
know,
if you not. That's why I said. Remember last night I said that's probably 70 years. That's why I said that ain't gonna be enough unless
yeah,
you try to do something to make that money multiply. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because other than
yeah,
that, that's not gonna be enough. But just by sitting in the bank, that's gonna multiply. You
yeah.
feel me? If you got, you can sit. Um, you can just walk around with 300,000 and have the rest in the bank for
Mm,
goddamn. You know what I'm
hmm.
saying? You don't
So
need
how
to
many?
be a
So how
lot.
many people?
Okay, he
How
said you
many
don't need
black
200
people?
mil.
How many black people do we have that got that got that type of money?
I don't know.
That
You said billionaires? How many
from
black
from the
billionaires it
from
is?
the from the
Probably
between the 200 to the billion mark.
200 million to the billion.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
it's a lot. I give it a lot of them. I ain't gonna say too many, but 200 million.
Mhm.
Man, come on, man. This niggas that streamers that got $200 million. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
Goddamn, it's a lot of them.
We talking about African American. We talking about African Americans
Right.
though.
I'll say over 1,000. It's at
So
least over 1,000.
over 1,000.
They got.
So we went from what,
Oh, you said
30?
African American, African
Yeah,
American only African American with 200 million.
to the
All right,
billion mark. Yeah.
to the billion, men and females. See, that's the thing. Yeah, I'll give it over 1,000, definitely,
Out of about
definitely.
1,000, and then we started at what, 30,000?
Because remember, the 1% is still in the millions. That's over
Right,
two
right,
hundred
right,
thousand. Now we talking about black people already.
right,
We narrowed it down
mhm,
to the 80 million. Remember, and then broke
right,
it all the
right.
way down to 1%. So that question answered a long time ago
So
when we
we
broke
got
it
from
down
a
to
thousand.
24 million.
So from 1,000 to 2,000, out of all of the millions, we got about 1,000 and 2,000 African Americans that actually got that type of money to actually build generational wealth. That's a
Hell
very
yeah.
that's a very low number.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a fucking very low number.
It might be a low number, but the money what you can do with the money as a collective, that that out trump anything anybody else got going.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely,
We
definitely.
already set the trends and shit. We already
Mm-hmm.
come on, man. Our money is the power behind the country type stuff. The money that
Mm-hmm.
we spend, our spending power is high, so they say. Let me just say that they say we got a high spending power, so we spent that with
Yeah,
ourselves and on ourselves.
yeah,
Then what?
yeah.
So yeah, I think even if it was just 500, if it was goddamn 8 billionaires that was African Americans that was trying to do something, just 8 of them. It don't take that much. Like fam said, that's true. It don't take that, but we were just saying, like, if somebody got 200 million to themselves with no job for the rest of their life, how long would that last? And that's why I was like probably like 70 years. If they don't, if they don't work, if they don't do no other business ventures, if they don't do nothing else but just have their money and spend that on it, then probably 70 years. Depending on how
That's
they
the that
spend the
that's
money.
the
Of course, depending on how they spend that money.
yeah. Depending on how they spend it.
You know, yeah. Well, I think it
So,
no more than probably like five. You
so
know, people.
I got a question. I got a question. So when Martin Luther King was when Martin Luther King, it's all gonna kind of tie
King.
together a little bit. It's gonna tie together a little bit. But so when Martin Luther King was preaching this whole thing about, we need to be uh black people need to be with white people, you know what I'm saying? Like same restaurant, same bathroom, all that shit that they was, that they was preaching back then, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that was a good move for black people to do to integrate with white folks, or you think that would have been better if black folks would have built their own built their own society and invested in only black owned business?
Well, they had their own society, but yeah, it was a good thing for them to have their own. But it still was a lot of warring going on too. That's why they also, it was more than that. But I don't want to just use him because he ain't the only one that wanted to integrate. You know,
No, no, yeah, he wasn't the only
he
one,
was
but
saying that
he was one of the biggest people that we know that was advocating
I
back
will
then at
say
that time for, you
it
know,
would have kept up the racism, and the race war would have been worse than what it is today.
why you
Coming,
think
hold on,
why
wait, coming from our side because we really ain't doing nothing. I hate to see it, but black folks ain't doing nothing but trying to politically, you know, and that's it's not working. They political tactics because they not in the Congress and in the cabinets and stuff like that in the political fields. They just out here marching and protesting and doing interviews and stuff like
yeah,
that.
but
They speaking
but
up
at the
against
same
those ways, but those ways it's hard to get the law changed when you the one that can just change the law yourself. You know,
right.
that's
So if we had
that's
our own
generational wealth right
government,
there. Getting your
if we had
kids
our own
in the government
government,
is
yeah.
generational wealth. It can
Mhm.
start off with you. You
Mhm.
mess around and just mess around in the hometown and just be one of them people that be on the town hall meetings what's going on. And your son mess around and become a mayor. His son mess around and become a governor. And so on and so
Mhm.
forth. And now you got Barack in this piece.
Mhm.
I ain't talking about Barack. I'm just saying that's how stuff can happen
Mhm.
as far as generational
Mhm.
wealth on that level. But yeah, yeah, man. Black people not doing the political part on that note, as far as getting in these positions. Cause how you gonna fight these people? You ain't even seeing them in the ring.
That's what I'm saying. If we
You
would
not
have
seeing
fought
them in the
more
ring. You seeing them.
instead of fighting for inclusion, you know what I'm saying? If we would have fought more to be our own people, our own state, have our own government and all of that type of shit. If we would have fought for that instead of trying to fight to be a part,
And they would have
just
kept
to be a
bombing and
part.
bombing and bombing like what's it call it? I don't even want to say the other term for it, but you know, that successful black city in Tulsa,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that place. That I believe that's where it was at. But yeah, that place.
So you think it would have just been more? It just would have been
Cause
more of
how
that.
long if people wasn't doing nothing but getting their bread up and their class up, right?
Hmm.
What you think would happen when it was time to start getting our arms up and our guards up? It was a lose lose situation, like fam said. It was a lose lose situation. So that's what would have happened. We would have got our own. We would all we did was get our bread and our class up, right? Education, stepping up. He's riding lax, you know. Soon as we started looking good and coming up, here they go. Now
Hmm.
imagine if we started doing that and start getting our arms and guards up. We can do it now, like we said, with these 4, 5 people. They got land or they can buy some, and we can do
Hmm.
that. There's
Hmm.
plenty of land all over the world that can be bought,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
by these people. People own
Hmm.
islands,
Hmm.
all type of
Hmm.
stuff. So, you know, that's what it would have been though. It would have been a war, and we ain't had no military. Look, fam, no, we ain't had no military. They would have bombed us and bombed us and bombed us. It would have been nothing we could do. So it was a lose lose situation, like you said.
Hmm.
It really was.
I,
It was
I
already
I
think about
think,
it. They think
but
about how they
then
was getting treated
that's what I was
for
that's what
not
I was
being
gonna
able
say. That's what
to
I was
do
gonna say.
do the things
We
that they
went
was
through the
doing.
same we went through the same shit, you know what I'm saying, on a certain level. We went through the same shit just to be a part of, you know what I'm saying. We still was getting hosed down, dogs coming and, you know what I'm saying, attacking us and shit like that, police beating us up and shit, getting hung and all of that shit. We went through all of that shit anyway when we was just trying to
But
be
I
a
ain't
part
gonna
of.
lie, it did, but it also made it die down because people ain't got no choice now but to be around you and sit around you. So they gonna calm their nerve. They can't be cracking hype like they usually be and be the only people in the room to be able to talk their shit and ain't nothing gonna happen. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot that came with that too on that violent side too, because it really died some of that down on the level because, like I say, these people lost their freedom to be able to do that type of stuff. They
That's
lost
what
their
that's
freedom to
what
be able to be mobbed up in the building and you can't come in that hole.
that's
Mobbed up
that's
outside and you walking down the street because this
mm-hmm,
a white only town or something, and you
mm-hmm,
better be out of here before it get dark. You know,
mm-hmm,
shit like
mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm.
So it did come in handy, but the thing was how the gate was open. You ain't get to come all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't get to
I
come
just,
all the
I
way
just,
in.
I just think sometimes if more people would have been thinking the way that those people was thinking, like for it's like the Black Wall Street type thing, and how they had their own security and all of that shit. Yeah, it did get burnt down and all of that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that was a small, that was a small portion of people trying to, you know what I'm saying, do something. A lot of people was going with the whole idea of trying to be with the other people and trying to blend in with the white folks and all of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I believe if we had more people that was
trying to win favor,
you're right.
Trying to be treated right, because these are people that's in positions of power. Even now today, this is the same mentality that we going through now today. These are people that's in power.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talking about us, but people suck up and kiss ass to get in certain positions and earn favor with these people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These are people that's in power. Even to today, it's starting to come around. Even then, it was coming around, but it's coming around.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, with all this that's going on, it ain't going nowhere. Shit. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's see, it was multiple Tulsa type towns. Tulsa was just one of the most known. Yeah. Tulsa is one of the most known.
I just think if it was more of that, Tulsa probably wouldn't be the only one that's so well known. It's probably that well known because it just wasn't that many revolts going in that direction. Because you had a lot of people that was like with that Malcolm X. Malcolm X he wasn't with all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be all white folks with the black folks and all of that shit. He didn't want all that shit. So you had a whole large section of people that went that way versus Martin Luther King that was all about peace and trying to, be the, everybody come and be one and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was kind of like, it was a big divide.
One dude was a militant leader,
you
know, by any means necessary. One dude was a biased, a passive leader. He was non-violent,
So which one would you have wanted to be? Would you have wanted to be that nigga that's out there getting his ass whooped, talking about no violence, don't do nothing back, you know what I'm saying? Or would you want to be that nigga that had that control and had that power when you walk down the street?
They both had that.
I don't know. I think Martin Luther King might have I don't know.
They both had that, but I'm gonna just say this: I don't give a fuck which one of them I would have been with, because they both was fighting for a good cause. I would say they was fighting for goddamn civil rights for black folks. It was about black folks being treated better. But I'm gonna say this: no matter what side I was fighting for, ain't nobody touch me, and ain't nothing finna happen. And I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to me. If I see you, come on, man. You think I'm not finna defend myself and fight back? I'll hit you first. You think I ain't finna kill this dog? You think I'm out here walking, and I ain't got something on me? Shit, that's why I say, a lot of niggas say that I would have died in slavery. Shit, who would have died in slavery for real though? I'm not finna do it. That's all.
And I see that shit. I kind of see that shit a lot. Even in today's age, you see a lot of black people or black folks. You know what I'm saying? They do all this type of shit to try to fit in with white society. But when you look at all the shit that they go through, you be like, man, why you doing all that? All that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that should be just really unnecessary. But a lot of the shit that we do is just the fucking, we just trying to fit in or be just to say that we are part of or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But When really it's just like a lot of that shit be just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Just be dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? From the cars and the clothes, the jewelry, all of that shit. Like why we need all of that shit? You know what I'm saying? We just trying to prove that we are, we like you, we have money. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like that shit dumb. And that's the same shit. That's the same shit that they was
I
doing back in the. That's the
I
same shit they
that's
was
what I was
doing
gonna
back in the
say.
day.
It ain't it's the same thing. Like I was saying, it ain't stopped.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
mentality,
yeah.
you know. What? See, they go to what I was saying. Here we go to the topic. They said 400 years. Over 400 years, we was going through that slavery and that chattel slavery, as they say.
Mhm,
You
mhm,
know what I'm saying? And we
mhm,
barely 100 years, over 100 years, I think, right around 100 years of being out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that mentality, if you think about, like I said, generations and 70 years and all that type of stuff, we know we really ain't too many generations away from that. And,
mhm.
it's like I wear my jewelry as an affirmation. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got crystals all up in this thing. My lady be on that. Crystals. I don't be, but I got a little whoop de whoop, but yeah, man. The hell was I saying? What I was saying,
Um, you saying something about affirmation?
got to read the chat. Read the chat. Nah, but what I'm saying is when hold on, I got to go back now. Yeah, that chattel slavery, and so us being not too far removed from that, that mentality is still kind of there, and so
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying. We gotta, goddamn. No, I was saying the 70 years is. I'm counting 70 years as one generation, and so by us being around 100 years or something like that removed from slavery, we ain't too many generations removed from that. You know, although we know that grandma and great grandma and them, either them or they mom and daddy, our great or great great grandparents were slaves, coming
mhm,
out of that or towards the end of that type stuff. Is basically
mhm,
what I'm getting to with the
mhm,
trying to use that 70 years as a general reference of what I was saying about the generations. Well, we ain't too far removed from that, and so we have to, what I'm saying, it's a lot of people that's been thinking like this for years, and we ain't the first ones, and we won't be the last, but we have to change that
mhm,
mentality. You know what I'm saying? Starting with the ones that's close to us and the ones that we bring up, because yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because people, we see what's going on out here. Like I said, man, females with that A shit, you feel me? They out here Aing they sons. Come on, man, what you Aing him for? Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't too far removed from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these are people that's in charge. Still to this day. And we trying to get in position. You know what I'm saying? We already outnumbered. We already outnumbered, so that's just what that is on that note. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, now I gotta ask you, E, what is it gonna take for that to happen?
Hmm. Well, I think definitely we gonna have to as a civilization we're gonna have to take a step back from all of this social media social media type shit because that social media type shit really has a big like influence on the way on the way a lot of shit been going on, you know what I'm saying, lately. A lot of the changes and all of that shit. I think social media like really plays a part in that shit. But I think that's the start. I think that's the start. You know, kind of stepping back from that shit. Kind of getting back to kind of like getting back to our grassroots, you know, getting back to like family reunions, Sunday dinner with the family. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to get back to that.
Mm. I mean, so you saying we need to strengthen the family structure.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think somewhere down the line, I think that kind of broke down. You know, somewhere we got away from that. Cause like people don't even like really celebrate fucking Christmas no more. I know people, you know, for religion and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, people don't even come together for, you know, even non-religious people. You know what I'm saying? People don't even. I mean, you know, people don't even come together for Christmas and Thanksgiving no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that shit. You know, personally, you know what I'm saying? We had when the last time we had a family reunion. You know what I'm saying? But besides this last one we just had. You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, somewhere down the line
In the
that
90s.
family structure kind of broke down.
Yeah, man. And you know what? And I thought about that, and I think about that, and I realized, uh, with my life as an example of why, or just everybody' life, because think about it. Everybody, everybody lives somewhere different. Everybody on a different time. Everybody can't stay in contact. You know, so the plans that be made that everybody's involved in, you know, it gotta be something more than something that's significant like Christmas, because Christmas is kind of family orientated and personal. So if you celebrate Christmas, you know, unless everybody going to grandma's house, you know, where we
Hmm.
going?
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all. But like family reunion type shit, that's definitely, you already know. I'm always I gotta get my schedule together because my schedule done changed now.
Hmm.
So I'm always with the shits. Well, yeah,
But
man.
yeah, you know, not just our family.
Strengthen
You know what
the
I'm
family
saying?
structure.
Just
Right. I'm speaking in general.
yeah,
Strengthen
just in general. You know what I'm saying?
strengthening
It's,
the family structure
yeah,
structure,
yeah.
like having the male in the household, or the
Hmm.
man, the father
Hmm.
of the children, the real father. That kind of,
Hmm. Hmm.
we talking about family or generational wealth. Well, they kind of go hand in hand, really. Family and generational wealth kind of go hand in hand. For me, I would say. You know what I'm saying? But having the father in the house, the real father, is a big thing. Even having a man in the house is still a big thing too, because it has, that's, you have to have a balance. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, then yeah, okay, family is about 10% of it. Okay, I need an explanation on that. 'Cause I don't know if you mean like I'm looking at this as family. The word family is a big word, so that's probably why you're
Mm-hmm.
saying it's about 10% of it. That's the only way I can look at that. Family is a big word,
They
but
say what?
he said family. He says we talking about family or generational wealth, and I said to me they kind of go hand in hand. I don't know, you know, what he's thinking about that, but to me
Mm-hmm.
it kind of go hand in hand. Then he say family is about 10% of it. That's why I was like, well, do you mean family is a big word? You talking about LOL? Nigga, family is a big word. God damn. Nah, but yeah, you need to have that balance, man, with a male and a female in the house, parenting. So, cause you
Mm-hmm.
won't have the mama and the son and shit
Mm-hmm.
like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think a nice family structure is good to have. But I mean, at the end of the day, people can have that and do whatever the hell they want to do, be however they gonna be. You know, so that don't necessarily say that the person gonna be or do or whatever that structure. You know what I'm saying? That structure. Yeah. See, yeah. Thank. Yeah, don't do me. Let me keep it going. Shit, but but yeah, that structure. Just because they come around and that good structure don't mean that they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? What you expecting, or they gonna be something good, or they gonna have those same values or something like that. Because and I kind of had a little pushback on this, but your experiences do kind of change the way that you interact and you know what I'm saying, when you interact and when you do stuff like that, your experience do kind of have an influence on you, uh,
Mm-hmm.
personally. Your experience, So- meaning somebody can tell you about something that they've been through and that don't really hold no weight with you. You know what I'm saying? But you can see something, even though it ain't happening to you, that can hold some weight with you. Or you can
Mm-hmm.
go through something that, that'll hold some weight. But that's just how I feel, because, you know,
Yeah, I agree with
I'm
that.
speaking on what influenced me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, on the generational wealth side, you know what I'm saying? It's it's it kind of go hand in hand still with me, like, because I feel like, yeah, the structure is good, the structure part, but I'm just speaking on like what you know what I'm saying, because even though you can still have values, let me say that, even though you might make bad decisions, right, you could still have strong family values type stuff, right? You know what I mean? If that make any sense. I like getting low. Yeah, if that make any sense, yeah, I like getting low. Yeah, if that make any sense, you can still have strong family values, but it don't necessarily mean you're gonna be a good person. That's right. But on the generational wealth side, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, when it come down to that, being the starter of that, it's about, you know what I'm saying, passing down that whatever it is that you passing down to them, because it's generational wealth, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, to me, that could be anything. It could be the knowledge to do something, the knowledge about something. It can be something. It can be a business, it's some money, whatever it is. I'm just saying generational wealth. So I'm not necessarily saying money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if that's something right there. But yeah, so with when you have that, I feel like that's kind of help with that. You know what I'm saying? Having that balance in your home and you trying to pass down some generational knowledge. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying generational knowledge. I think I just made some shit up. Generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it can help with that. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why I kind of start throwing them together like that. But you never know, man. You never know. You have all the plans in the world, but things don't go exactly how you plan them out to be. 98% of the time. No, I ain't gonna say 90. I'm gonna say 93% of the time. Most of the time, something small change or something major change. You probably still get it done, or you probably still do it, but something. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be something something you have to do extra. Or you might have forgot. It's gonna be something. Yeah, E man, we finna get up off of here, family. My goddamn my light going dim on me. I see now. I can't see myself that well, but I'm looking at the chat. It look different. But yeah. Anyways, let me get up out of here, man. E, you already gonna set this thing up and get back at it again. You made me pull out this topic book for nothing. You feel me? I thought you was gonna run through that much, but there wasn't nothing to run. Not today.
Yeah.
Not today. I was on that first, and I was like, nah, you know what? Let's just go this way with it real quick, man.
Yeah.
It went the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely was what it needed to be.
Yeah. It is. It is what it is.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Shout out to my boy DJ in the building, dropping that knowledge for real. For real. Yeah, dude. E, you want to say something before we get out of here?
Shit. It was a good discussion, good conversation, and shit, let's do it again, and let's go. Let's make the most of it. Let's go in depth. You know what I'm saying? Do a deep dive on some shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just give the people what they want.
Yeah. That sound like a winner to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. We out this thing. Hey, E, I'm gonna call you, man.
All right.
All right, peace. We out.
Peace.